name is Janet Biggins. I'm a lifelong resident in Bergenfield of 70 plus years. My family has been here over 100 years. My grandmother attended Washington School when it was first built. My father and all of his family attended all the Bergenfield schools. I went through all Bergenfield schools, and my grandchildren are currently in the Bergenfield schools, so we've been here a long time. And to me, living in Bergenfield, because it is a small town of 1.5 square miles, you get to know your neighbors, you get to know who lives around you, the kids get to play baseball and and football with each other, and because of that, myself, as well as my own children, still have friends from when they were in kindergarten together. I am currently opposing the structure that's proposed to be built over by Franklin School, mainly because it's out of character for the area. When the property was sold, it was my understanding that it was zoned for single-family homes. This is our historic end of town. Franklin School is over 120 years old. We have Old South Church, which goes back to the 1600s, and this is our historic corner. To put a structure like this in there is totally inappropriate. It would destroy the culture of the area. It's not appropriate for a town this small. We have our share of multiple dwellings already, and I really think that it would have a terrible impact on Franklin School and the other schools as well, because the schools are already bursting at the seams, and as it is now, people move to this town because of the neighborhood schools. Problem is, you come to your neighborhood, if there's too many children in a class for your grade level already, then you have to get bumped to one of the other schools, and this would really have a tremendous impact on the school population. In addition to the fact that it's definitely not a good situation when it comes to traffic and otherwise. They claim that they did a traffic study and said that the traffic wouldn't be impacted on that area. School traffic would definitely be impacted in that area. It's a busy area to begin with. It's a busy corner, and when they did their study, they neglected to mention the fact that school hasn't been in session since March, full-time. And even at this point, it still isn't full-time. We have less than 1/4% of students attending physically in school. So their study on the traffic situation is totally out of whack. I can tell you for a fact that in the morning, between 8 and 9, in the afternoon, between 2:30 and 4, the school traffic is very heavy, and there are school buses for our special needs children. This would definitely be a detriment and hazard to that area. I don't think the zoning process has been fair at all to the community. Number one, we have zoning set up for reasons. The town was designed specifically, and the zones were set up for specific purposes. Every time we change the zoning laws or we make variances and change things, you're upsetting the balance of what is already a pretty saturated town. I don't think that it's been respectful to the people who live around there. I don't think it's been respectful or considering the use that Old South Church needs for it. I don't think it's been respectful at all concerning the school population. And I think that just the fact that it was not even zoned for a structure like this shouldn't have even been considered. I would ask that the zoning board deny this application. I think they should be more respectful of the neighborhood in that area and the culture of that area. And anybody who lives in this town, and I believe all the zoning people do, should have the same vested interest that I do in maintaining the town as a small town, friendly town, because this is certainly not friendly. And I think that maybe the builder should consider looking in his own hometown, and maybe he ought to consider if he would want to have a structure like this 100 feet from his back door.